Hi everyone, as you've seen by the title, I am sat in a brand new Ford Focus RS. I had to make a very, very hard decision to trade my WRX in for it, because this is just such a great car. But we're not going to talk about the WRX, we're going to talk about this one. I'm not going to do a review as such. I think that'll come maybe later today or tomorrow. Trying most likely tomorrow. I can't really review the car today, it's the first day of ownership, but the initial review will be tomorrow. It's supposed to be a nice day tomorrow as well. Sorry, just wanted to concentrate and make sure that person was doing what I thought they were going to do. They had their turn signal on. So what have we got here in the RS that made me buy it? Well, first of all is the reputation. I've wanted one since I first heard about it. Just like anyone else that's into this kind of car, you know, the all-wheel drive, you know, ST, VW R and all that stuff, and WRXs, and then there's this one which kind of is at the top of the pile, in my eyes anyway, and in a lot of people's eyes. But so yeah, I really wanted to see what it was all about. They gave me a test drive in it. I think that's got to be something to do with my age. I'm sure they wouldn't have let me test drive it if I was like 20. So I didn't even ask for the test drive. I just went in to look at it, and then they said, "Oh, come and do some numbers." And I'm like, "Shit, no, I've got too much negative equity in my WRX, so it ain't going to happen." Well, they made it happen. They knocked a shitload off of the car and gave me well above what mine was worth. So they wanted this thing out. But yeah, so I test drove it. Liked it. I wasn't blown away by the power, because I didn't really open it up. So just what I felt, initial kind of you know, push on the throttle, it didn't seem as responsive as the WRX. But then I realized that it's in a normal mode. Put it in sport mode and the fucker wakes up and it just yeah, comes alive, and it's fun. And it's got this great grunt to it. Listen to that. It sounds like you've got it feels and sounds like you got like a V6 or a V8 under the hood. It's that's what it reminds me of. It doesn't feel like a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. You know, there's no like tinniness to it. It's all just growl and grunt. And then you put it in sport mode and it just grunts even more and does little pops out of the back of the exhaust when you change gear, and it's fun. I feel like I'm 20 again. My wife isn't too impressed about it, just because I bought another car a year after, and she said she liked the WRX better, and she sat in this one last night. But that's because she's got a Crosstrek, and it's exactly the same inside as the WRX, or looks exactly the same. But I really like this one, and shit, I was doing 55 there. It's 50, I believe. I think it's a 50. I'm alright. I knew that fucker was there as well, because I passed him on the way in. God, I was talking then without even paying attention. I was lucky I wasn't stopped. I was lucky I wasn't going faster. Especially doing a video, you know, when you kind of put your foot down a little bit to listen to the grunt, to kind of back up what you're saying. But we'll back that up in a second. So, kind of an initial first drive. This is my first day of ownership. I'm gonna go out and hoon it around a little bit later, and take it down some back roads. Got one of my favourite curvy roads, which is about an hour's drive away. So we'll go there and see what she does. That give me a better idea of what I've got here. But the first thing I like about it is the way you're just enclosed in here. You sit in, you get in, and you know, when you look at it, you're like, wow, that looks a little cramped. and then you sit in it and it just works. I felt like I was a little bit high up. I'm not actually. It kind of just works. The wheel is right there. You know, you're not reaching out for it. It's not all this space around you. You're kind of enclosed in like a little cabin. The gear stick's perfectly placed. You know, it's small. It's out of the way. And going to the gear stick, the gearbox on this thing is light years ahead of the WRX. Everyone, that's kind of like the downfall of WRX, which I got used to it, and it never worried me again. But first to second was a pig in that one, whereas this one is just silk, and every other gear change is just silk. It's effortless. Yeah, so I like that part. Again, I won't talk too much about that because this is kind of just a hey, look what I've gone and bought. It's in white. Got no extras on it. Bought a base model. Wasn't too worried about all the bells and whistles this time. I didn't use most of the shit that I got on it last time. I wanted a limited, but this one, you know, it has keyless entry, which is something I really like. Push button start. That's kind of something I really wanted. So that's good. We got that. Oh wow, I heel toed it. I tried that earlier and just couldn't get it done. It's different position obviously in my other car, and I learned to heel toe in the other car. So it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. But looking down at the pedals right now, the brake and the accelerator are very close to each other. And the accelerator is a good, I would say, 1.5 to 2 inches lower than what the brake is. So as you're pushing down on the brake, you can just see that it's going to be kind of effortless to go over and heel toe. It's just that I'm not used to it, and it's kind of muscle memory of kind of just rolling my foot over and hitting like I did in my other car. But once I get used to this one, I think it's just going to be a piece of cake. So we'll go down the end of the road here, and when I turn, we'll give it a quick blip. Let's put it into sport mode. Oh, there we go. I had my foot on about 10% throttle, maybe 5% throttle. Put it in the sport mode. The second it goes in there, I feel a little surge forward. It's like, oh man, yeah, it's so much different. I don't know how they do that. It's fucking awesome. But you can just drive it around like a normal car. You know, your everyday daily drive, and then you put it in sport mode, and the thing just turns into an animal. I'm still braking the engine in, so I don't want to rev him too much. You can see you can hear what he sounds like, and he gave a couple of pops out of the exhaust. Once you put it in sport mode, it starts crackling and popping out of the exhaust. Yeah, I did read somewhere that it does that. It puts extra fuel. I don't know a lot about engines and shit, but well, I do. I know a little, but I know enough to be dangerous. But I believe it injects a little bit more fuel in there to like unburnt fuel when it's. Let's see, how do I explain it? Fuck, it puts some fuel in there and it pops in the exhaust. So it's a bit like the other car did when I had the MA Performance map in there. That one would do the same as well. It would pop with some unburned fuel. Not that it was, I guess, meant to, but it sounded pretty good. But yeah, first impressions, love it. Can't wait to get out and drive it this afternoon in a bit more of a sportier environment. But anyway, that's it for now, and stick around. Initial actual review is going to come up with some exterior interior shots, maybe a 0 to 60 pull. No, I bet actually I won't do that. I'll do that after I'll do a 1,000 miler after a 1,000 mile review, you know, after I've driven it a little bit more, and then we'll do a 0 to 60 pull. Oh yes. But anyway, that's it for now, folks. Appreciate you watching, and The channel will stay as Scooby-Doo. We're not going to change it to anything to do with this car. We're going to just stay Scooby, even though we don't have the Subaru. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you real soon. This is my new Ford Focus RS, and I've taken it to one of my old favourite roads. I don't come out here very often. It's about an hour and a half drive, but I bought the WRX and brought it out here the first day I owned it. Bought the BRZ out here the first day I owned it, and now the Ford Focus. And it's just a nice place just to kind of feel what the car is like. I don't go too mad. I mean, there are houses here, and it's a 40-mile-an-hour limit. There's no need to go crazy. I just got to make sure no one backs out of their driveway on me, and that'd be the last thing we need. Hope the camera's giving a good view. It looks like it's aimed pretty good. Oh, I gotta check what mode I'm in. Maybe it goes back to normal. Yes, it does. Thought it felt a bit different. Oh, there we go. I felt you feel a little surge when you put it into sport mode, and straight away the throttle response is crisper. The engine noise goes up a bit. The suspension gets stiffer. Right, let's slow it down here on the straight. There's no need to go crazy on a straight. These brakes are fucking unbelievable. I haven't owned a car with brakes this sharp. I did put aftermarket brakes on my BRZ, which helped a lot, but they're nothing like this. Okay. We should get into some twistier stuff in a second. We can have a little bit of fun. Oh no, please, car. No, you fucker. You absolute motherfucker. You better drive like a fucking hose hound. Race me, you fuck. God damn it. I should have gone faster on that straight, and then that prick wouldn't have got out in front of me. It's another video fucked. He's in a GTI. Come on, fuckface. What the fuck did you buy a GTI for? Okay, that's why he's not going too crazy. Oh, listen to those pops. Okay, yeah, motorcycles do come down here. Police come down and monitor that as well. Let's not go too crazy. Good thing is you can just leave it in fourth and just roll it on and off. It's just fourth gear is epic in this car. It's great. Went in there a bit quicker than I wanted to. Just make sure there's no houses around here. Of course, I don't know what the car does yet, and really need to autocross it to find out. But going by the reviews, it should handle just fine. And it certainly feels like it does right now. So we're not going to go too crazy, just I'd get a nice ticket for doing 60 down here, but when we come to the straights, we'll just slow down a bit. We're here for the corners. Just going to leave it in fourth. Bumps are not unsettling the car too much. They're worrying me a little bit because, you know, I'm worried about losing grip, losing contact, but it's not doing that. Better not speak too soon, I'll end up in the fucking grass or something. But don't want to get too cocky. There's not much steering input. That's what's catching me out right now, coming from the WRX, which this electronic steering in this car is just putting me off just a little bit. WRX, you actually do turn the wheel like you do at the corner. This one, it's like I think the sport mode may stiffen it up a little bit as well, but you don't have to turn much, so it's just little touches, a little bit more finesse needed. Which is something I'll just have to get used to. But something I certainly don't mind. That was nice, just going through there nice and smooth like that. Okay. Good, no vehicles. I'm not sure if this is fast or not, because the cars feels completely different. So, you know, would I be doing this speed in my other car? Would I be going faster? Would I be going into the corners faster? You know, I never really paid much attention to what I was doing because I'm not worried about speed and shit like that. I'm more worried about getting around the corner than looking at speed, but just wonder what the difference is. One main bridge. Make sure we're careful with these. Last thing I want to do is meet a truck or something in the middle of it. Cool, I thought that went up the hill then. That would have fucked me up. Especially if there was something coming. Bridge. This one you can see round the corner a little bit. Yeah, we're fine. This does feel nice. I think out of all the cars I've brought here so far, well, the BRZ would have been different. If I bought a BRZ right now and brought it out here, that would be a whole different ball game. But when I bought the BRZ, I wasn't much of a driver. Always a motorcycle person, so I had a lot to learn. So when I brought it out here, it was kind of fun, but you know, I wasn't cornering very fast, just feeling what the car was like. Whereas when I bought the WRX out, I felt a little bit more confident. Now with this one, I haven't felt where I've been, except for there. It's just happened to see someone else and tap the brakes. I've got to remember these brakes are so sharp. It was just a few bumps in that bend there. I didn't want to flick the front end in too fast and catch that car. this feels really, really comfortable, and it's not a bad pace through the corners. Oh, it's a mailman, okay. Seen a flashing light then for a minute. Well, this is probably the end of the run, which is a shame. There's some nice corners coming up. Some actually some tighter ones, which is a real shame, like this one. So tempted. If that one a one-way bridge, I would have probably just gone round them, even though it was double yellow. Let's get this microphone back up here. Yeah, so far very impressed with the car. I feel real comfortable. You feel at home with it, just sat in this seat with it all hugging around you. Real nice crisp gear changes, nice steering, great noise from the engine, plenty of torque. Can't ask for much more. Just really need to see what this thing will do before it starts giving out, which is something I'm not going to do on a public road. I know I'm nowhere near there right now, just having a little bit of fun, but wondering whether I should pull off here and then attack a few bends, or a real shame I had to have this one car here.